I want to thank everyone for being here. From the families, to our elected officials, to our first responders, to our military personnel, to our labor leaders, to our esteemed guests, including the Mexican ambassador. Y Padre Dios, gracias por hoy y por esta mañana. Juntos estamos en conmemoración. This morning, we gather back to where we started, in the same place, at the same time. And even though the scene looks different, our memories are engraved. We remember the cold morning in March that changed our state forever. And we remember the tears that we shed and the uncertainty that we all felt. We remember looking out and seeing a deeply painful and unfamiliar sight, that a fixture of the Baltimore skyline and of Baltimore spirit, that parts of it were now laying on top of a ship, the length of 3 football fields. We remember the heartbreak that we felt to learn that 6 remarkable Marylanders who had been working while we slept, 6 patriots who endured the rattling of cars and trucks so the rest of us could be safe, that they were now unaccounted for. What happened on March 26, 2024 is and will always be a tragedy beyond words. And to the families of the victims that are with us today, there is little that I can say to truly be the balm for the pain that you feel. But I hope that you know that the prayers that we shared that morning, they were sincere. And I hope that you know that the promises that we made, we intend to keep. But the 6 victims of the Key Bridge collapse, they should be here right now. Menor Yasir Suazo Sandoval should be here. Miguel Angel Luna Gonzalez should be here. Jose Minor Lopez should be here. Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes should be here. Dorleon Ronial Castillo Cabrera should be here. Carlos Daniel Hernandez should be here. We continue to pray for them and their loved ones. No pasa un día sin que estemos pensando en todos ustedes. Los vemos, estamos con todos ustedes y cuentan con todo nuestro apoyo, ahora y siempre. But we don't just look back on March 26th and remember the horror, we also remember the heroism. Because in the face of one of the worst tragedies in our state's history, Marylanders did what we always do. Marylanders stepped up. Our first responders, who didn't ask who was on the bridge before they dove into the water. Our firefighters, who didn't demand specifics before they rushed to the scene. Our officers who didn't ask for instructions before they put their bodies in the way of traffic to keep drivers from meeting a fatal journey in the black of night. Our service members, our Coast Guard, our Army Corps of Engineers, Navy SUPSOLV, who didn't ask who was in trouble before they kissed their loved ones goodbye and traveled to Baltimore to do their duty. The private sector rallied. The General Assembly rallied. Leaders at local and state and federal levels rallied. Our unified command rallied. We laid out 4 objectives that morning. And together, and with God's grace, we brought closure to the families, supported our people, and cleared the channel in 11 weeks when people said it would take 11 months. There were no guarantees that we would succeed. But that was not going to stop us in getting the work done. The steel was so mangled that one small misstep could set us back weeks or months. The debris was so sharp and so difficult to navigate that every single rescue operation that took place ran the risk of incurring another casualty. The devastation was so vast that we didn't know whether we could ever reunite the families with the ones that they lost. The economic impacts were so wide-ranging that Marylanders might have not just seen their jobs disappear, but they might have seen their jobs never return. And one of the most important ports in this entire country had the risk of losing partners permanently. But we did not let the what ifs stop us from doing our work and from staying the course. We led with humanity. We set big goals, and we put together a plan to achieve them. And we stayed united, always, and led from the front. I believe that is what it means to be Maryland tough and Baltimore strong. To look danger and uncertainty in the face and know that we will never flinch. To answer a moment of crisis with genuine courage, to help each other when one of us gets knocked down. It's who we are. It's who we'll always be. And I know that soon, after accomplishing the first 3 objectives, we will accomplish the 4th, which is Marylanders of this generation and the next will look up and once again see the Francis Scott Key Bridge standing tall, and you have my word on that. May God continue to watch over our victims and their families and our team and this great state. God bless you all.